Evening, Doctor. Are you all right? You don't look so well.
Yes, yes. Would you like some tea?
I wouldn't want to bother you.
Come, come. It's still hot.
All right.
I'd offer you some sushi and candy, but to eat solid food in our condition, you'd need a special pill.
I assume some kind of a digestive enzyme?
Precisely. So, how did you enjoy your first week as a parasite?
Excuse me?
Well, by the blush on your face, I assumed you'd fed on your first victim, have you not?
I did. Tonight I fed on my first victim.
Honestly, this is nothing to be ashamed of. It's just what we are. We are forced by nature to survive by leeching on the weak and vulnerable. The sooner you accept it, the better. I learned it the hard way myself.
I suppose you are technically correct, but still.
Not only that, but, unlike all the other parasites of the world, we don't even have the common decency to die. At least they decompose and give back to Earth in a circle of life, but we live forever. We are the ultimate parasite.
Let's say that's true. There isn't all that much you and I can do about it, is there?
That's where you're wrong, Lisa. We can still contribute to this world with our minds. We can still help science. We can do some real good here, Lisa. Trust me. That's why I converted you. This is why you are here. These must be your friends. Go and have some rest. And don't worry. I'll take care of everything.
Thank you, Doctor. Good luck.
It's all going to work itself out.
It's been a long night. I should get some rest. It's been a long night. I should get some rest.
Lisa? Lisa, are you all right?
Yes, Father. Sorry, Father. I'm all better now.
Nonsense. Are you ill, dear? Should I fetch a doctor?
No, thank you. It's just... I don't think I want to go tomorrow.
What? Why not?
I don't know, I just don't think I can do it. That's all.
Lisa, look at me, dear. Lord knows I haven't always been the most compassionate parent to you and your brother. Perhaps I've picked a stick over a carrot more often than I should have, and for that I am sorry.
Dad,
As little consolation as it is, I know at least you can trust my words when I say this. With the exception of some occasional disciplinary warnings, you've been a truly remarkable student. You've brought home nothing but perfect marks. You know your history more than well enough to not repeat its mistakes. You have true passion, and every time you sing, I must admit I can't help but shed a tear. I've never seen a more dedicated and talented young person than you. You've dreamt about being a doctor as early as when you started performing operations on your dolls. If someone can pass this exam and get in, it's you. If anyone deserves to be there, it's you. That's all I have to say.
do you really believe that?
Give me a minute. Where the hell did I put it?
Dad, what are you looking for?
Aha! There it is. There. This is something I was going to give you when you got your notice of acceptance.
Dad, it's so beautiful. It must have cost a fortune. But what if I don't get in? I can't accept this.
I always knew that you'd pass with flying colors. That's why I bought it early. I wanted to give it to you as a reminder of us when you move to the capital to study. But perhaps you need it more tomorrow. This way, you will always have your family to support you. We'll be there tomorrow with you as well, no matter what happens.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. Something's not right. Hussar? This wasn't even funny the first time. What is this? What are you? How are you doing that?
The time is nigh. The dead's adieu.
What are you talking about? Ah!
Kupala's night we will meet again. What you owe will be returned.
Was that real?
Lisa? Is everything all right? I thought I heard something.
Everything is fine, Doctor.
May I come in?
Please.
What happened?
I'm not so sure myself. I saw something strange, a vortex, a talking shadow. Maybe I just had a bad dream.
Perhaps. Still, I'd advise to be extra careful in the next few days. Kapala's night is coming soon. All kinds of unholy things crawl out from their dens around then.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll keep that in mind.
Anyhow, if you don't mind me asking, I was actually heading over here to assign you a task. The research I've been conducting. Let's say I ran into a few hiccups. I heard that Roman in the bookshop just received some new papers on hematology from Germany. I believe they should be able to push me over the fence. I'd get them myself, but I'm so swamped lately I could barely make it to your room.
Certainly. I'll pick them up for you.
Much obliged. Here, that should be enough to buy them. Well, I'd better get back to it. Let me know when you get the materials back from the bookshop.
Will do. Too bad. I wonder... Doctor? Dr. Volkov?
How may I assist you?
Never mind, Doctor. I'll come back later. Wait a second. Could it be...
Yes?
Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice that you are... Not sure how to phrase it exactly.
Yes, I am what you think I am. Name's Yurgis.
I'm Lisa.
Pleasure. If you're ever in need of Cabernet, let me know. It's actually affordable here, unlike that posh place Arbin runs. Yes?
Hello there. The hussar's lost in thought. I don't think he's noticed me. Why don't I pay him back with a little scare? Easy revenge.
Lisa! Gah, you little...
Just thought I'd show you how well I've taken your lessons.
Yes, you're very talented. Oh, I suppose I deserved it.
What are you doing up here? Seems an odd place to smoke.
I'm getting closer to the Lord, can't you see? Most of our kind won't even look at a church. It's good for getting some peace. Or it normally is, anyway.
I'll leave then. I know where I'm not wanted.
I jest. Really, no one understands my jokes.
Sounds like the problem is the jokes.
You wound me, fair Lisa. I take it you don't smoke?
I'm not fond of the taste.
Good. Terrible habit.
Or you just don't want to share.
You got me. I'm too stingy. How else am I meant to pass these endless nights,
Weren't you the one going on about how being a vampire makes you feel more alive?
The flying part is good, I'll grant you. Eternity, though? It can be stifling.
I see what you mean. It's somehow both freeing and limiting at once. We're powerful, but we can't so much as enjoy the sun's warmth.
See, you get it. You play cards, Lisa?
A little.
Indulge me in a game?
I suppose I could. What are we playing for?
Secrets.
How juvenile.
Well, we can play for boring old money if you're scared.
You... Fine. Secrets it is.
There we go.
Ugh.
Now, what to ask, what to ask? We'll start with an easy one, Are you seeing anyone?
No, I'm not.
Well, no shame in that. You've got a whole afterlife to find a special someone. Or several, if you choose. Next round, then.
Yes!
That was a fluke. Go on, then. I'm an open book.
How were you turned?
The usual fashion. Brink of death, given vampire blood.
That's not what I meant, and you know it.
You mean to ask how I died?
Well, when you put it like that...
I'm only teasing. As it happens, I was found by Count Orlov after a fight. He offered to save me in return for my service. Simple as that.
Go back a moment. The Count? There's a Count.
Was. He passed quite some time ago now. And before you ask, I have no idea. The Countess has made it clear she won't speak of it, or him. Next round, then. And again!
Go on, then.
How many people have you killed?
What?
Come on now, you can tell me.
I lost count.
A regular impaler, are you?
What? Don't believe me?
No, I'm sure you're out there slaughtering everyone in your way. Very scary. I'll be sure to watch my back before I become your next victim. And that's that.
Fine by me. This wasn't my night.
Better luck next time, eh? And my time's about up. Gotta get back to work.
More errands for the Countess.
You know it.
What is it exactly you do for her anyway?
Whatever she likes. That was the deal.
The... deal? So you have a mark too?
Just like yours. His blood for my services to his family.
You can make a deal like that? Seems unfair.
It wasn't quite that bad. I negotiated pretty well for a dying guy, if I do say so myself. And here I am, the well-kept servant of a great vampire house. Who could ask for more? Don't answer that. Thanks for the company, Lisa. Come join me up here again sometime, eh?
What a strange man. He's clearly unhappy, but even that feels like it's not quite the whole truth. Perhaps I'll ask him more about it next time. Could you take me to the mansion, please?
Of course. Just take a seat.
Good girl, Marta.
Evening.
Locked.
Come here, birdies. Come closer.
Faina, nice to see you outside. Feeling better, I presume?
Much better, dear. All thanks to you. Come sit with me for a while.
Sorry, I'm in a bit of a hurry. Another time, though?
Of course, little dove. Another time.
Anastasia did invite me over for dinner, but I can't show up empty-handed. Maybe I could get a little something for her at the general store.
How may I assist you today?
What should I pick up for Anastasia? Maybe some other time.
Good night.
How are you doing this fine evening? Have a nice evening.
Dr.
How may...
Never.
Welcome to the Book Emporium, madame. My name is Roman. If you have any questions at all, I'm right here at your service.
All the knickknacks around here sure give this place some color. So many interesting books. Just makes me want to stay and read till sunrise. The faux birds in the cages are so lifelike. Odd choice for a bookstore, but strangely mesmerizing. All the knickknacks around here sure give this place some...
Ugh, this doesn't make a lick of sense. Damn those ancient Slavs and their runes.
Good evening. What a delight to welcome a new customer into the shop.
The novelty might wear off quickly. Your shop is so neat and lovely. I feel like I'll be around here all the time.
That's music to my ears. May I ask what your name is?
Lisa Morozova.
How may I help you today, Lisa?
May I see what you have in stock?
Certainly.
Good evening, Rom.
How may I help you today, Lisa?
I'm looking for something. I'm actually an apprentice to Dr. Volkov. He sent me over hoping you might have some fresh medical papers.
Of course. Dr. Schultz's new work on hematology, isn't it? Groundbreaking work.
That's right. I didn't realize you were well-versed in medicine.
I'm really not. I just have a habit of skimming through everything I sell in the store. Anyway, I actually already stashed the book for Pavel. I just knew he'd come a-knocking any time now. Just head into the back room. It should be right by the door.
What a nice gesture. I'm sure the doctor will appreciate it.
The pleasure is all mine.
I can't even imagine how many books you must have read.
It's just a nice perk of owning a place like this.
Would you please recommend me one of your favorites?
Literally nothing could bring me more pleasure right now, mademoiselle. But first, you must tell me, what kind of literature would you like to indulge in? Are you in a romance mood? Historical fiction? Maybe something more chilling?
I had some frightening events that happened to me recently. I wonder if you know one that might beat it.
Say no more. I know just the perfect book. It's rather old, but good foreign literature is such a rare find in this country. It's my dream to make it more accessible and help educate our people a little.
I must say, aren't we lucky that someone like you works in this town?
Sadly, it's not a very common sentiment, but clients like you make it all worth it. Lisa, please accept it free of charge as a token of my deep appreciation.
That's so generous of you, Roman.
However, it comes with one condition.
Oh?
You must come here again when you finish and share your opinion. I'm dying to know your thoughts on it.
Why, of course. I will get on it immediately.
Splendid. I'll be waiting for it with great impatience.
I'm looking for...
Have a pleasant evening.
Elisa?
Oh, it's you again. What are you doing here?
I'm just running an errand for Dr. Volkov. But whatever you are doing seems far more interesting. What is all that?
It's just a passion project of mine.
Well, whatever it is, good luck with it.
Thank you.
I'll let you get back to it.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
So this is where Roman lives. It's a bit of a mess, but somehow it feels very cozy in here. The world map. Roman must be interested in exploring. I wonder how difficult it is to travel as a vampire. One would have to be shipped in their own coffin, wouldn't they? Findings on hematology by Dr. Schultz. Brilliant! That's what I was looking for. This room must serve as both bedroom and storage room. I sense Roman's not very good at separating his work and personal life. More books. I haven't heard of those. Must be Roman's private collection. I did. Thank you again for keeping it for us. Dr. Volkov will be delighted.
Please send him my regards.
Locked. The smell is enchanting. What? Fascinating. If I try to make myself fly across the lake, I simply can't. I think this might be another vampiric restriction. Looks like if I want to cross a body of water, I have to do it like any other human. Oh, is that you, Tropheme? I didn't expect to find anyone out here at this hour.
My lady, you scared me. I thought a Rusalka had finally come for her pound of flesh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
That's all right. It's just my old mind being foolish.
Is that your boat out there?
Aye. I decided to bring it out here for good. Thought better for the townfolk to use when I'm not around than for it to gather dust inside my hut.
That's very kind of you. Are there even fish out at this hour?
Of course. Some critters only come out when it's dark, as you know. And others when it rains. I don't know why. I just know they taste good grilled and smoked.
You seem to know quite a bit about this hobby.
As I should. It was my papa that taught me everything I know. And I've worked out the best ways to catch fish and how to make bait. I try to go out on the lake as often as my body lets me, which is getting less often as time goes on.
The Countess keeps you busy?
No more than our other servants. I have a good life, really. Better than most.
You can be honest with me, Tropheme.
I'm alright, really. Thank you. But if I may ask you, why are you here? This isn't the sort of place I'd expect someone like you to visit.
Just exploring the area. Still trying to get used to my new home.
That makes sense. There is some beauty to be found in this town of ours. Still, your nice clothes and this mud are a bad mix.
Let me worry about that. You mentioned Rusalkas earlier. Do you really think they inhabit this lake?
I do. In fact, I know it to be true. I've seen one with my very own eyes.
And yet you live to tell me?
I know more about monsters than you might think. I knew the tricks it was trying to play on me and how to fight them. In the end, I was able to ignore its call and row my boat back to the shore. I've often thought that it'd be the Rusalka that gets me, if I'm not turned by the Countess anyway. It's almost like she's waiting for her chance again, for me to let my guard down. But I haven't yet. Old Trofim is not like a fish, to be caught by a simple lure.
Maybe you can take me one day.
Oh, no. My little boat is not fit for someone like you.
I promise. Your boat is far finer than the rotted dinghy my brother and I used to float on in summers.
It would be nice to have someone out there for a change. Perhaps you can join me for one of those nights. But if you ever do come fishing, you cannot wear such fine clothes. They'd be ruined.
Noted.
Now, if you don't mind, I must head out before it gets much later. If I don't, I'll miss my chance to earn myself some fine trophies.
Then don't let me keep you. Go and get your fish.
Thank you. It's been good speaking with you. Should you want to talk more, my cabin's at the edge of the forest near the manor. You're welcome to stop by after I finish my daily duties for the Countess.
Thank you, Trofim. I'll see if my schedule allows it. The smell is... It's too dark. I don't want to stumble on a branch and break my neck. It's too dark. I don't want to stumble on a branch and break my neck. It's too dark. I don't want to stumble on a branch and break my neck. How did it become so dark so quickly? These woods grow thick in an instant. Even as a vampire, I wouldn't risk straying far from the path here. Augustus, what are you doing here? So fluffy. Are you hungry? I brought you something tasty. Here you go. Good, huh? Augustus, what are you doing here? More huts in the village down that way, and each one must have its own story. I was always terrified that I would fall into a well when I was little. Far scarier things to worry about now. Keep up the good work, friend.
Oh!
Get away from me!
Doctor? Dr.
How may I assist you?
I brought the hematology research you asked for from the bookstore.
Ah, splendid. Thank you, Lisaveta. This will save me days of work. How is old Roman doing?
He seems well. Quite an amusing fellow.
Indeed. Don't know how I would ever get by without his foreign literature section. Was there anything else, my dear?
That's all, Doctor.
Very well.
Yes?
What would you like? See you next time.
To what do I owe the pleasure, Miss Morozova?
Let's not beat around the bush. You took advantage of Evgeny and stole his journal. I want it back.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. The journal is in a safe place, and a week from now it will be in the even safer hands of a wealthy art collector.
You already managed to make a deal with somebody?
Where there is a product, there is always a customer. You just need to know where to look. I consider finding both of them my special talent.
You really are shameless, aren't you?
Lisa, I am simply a businessman, and as a good businessman, I always take a meeting. Would you care to make me a counteroffer? Or perhaps even leave it to a game of chance?
I don't think we'll manage to find a common language here.
Suit yourself. But remember, the offer stands for another week. After that, it's out of my hands, both literally and metaphorically.
What's Elisa doing here? It doesn't seem as though she's noticed me. I should just watch and wait for now. A secret hideout? What are you doing, Elisa? There's something carved into this tree. The name Arhipovna, enclosed in a heart. But that's a patronymic, not a name. Unless... could this be one of Arben's clues? The two that lie alone. Lover's Island. Yes, that fits. Antonina Arhipovna Kovac. That's the solution to the riddle. Or at least the middle part. I should go tell Arben. I love listening to water. Nature makes the best music sometimes. I haven't seen this girl around town before. How odd. Hello there. Those eyes. Ugh. Did it suddenly get colder?
Brave to come here alone at night.
I could say the same to you.
You could. The moon shines her light upon all matter of strangeness here. Strange creatures and stranger deeds.
I don't believe I've seen you before.
Nor I you.
Do you live out here?
No.
Oh. Do you live in town then?
No.
Where do you live then?
No.
My name's Lisa, by the way.
Has it done you much good?
I don't know. I suppose it has.
Mind it not.
Oh. Why's that?
It got washed away.
Oh.
The lake washes away all sort of things. Names and love and blood. In the end, it all dissolves into the water. I tire of speaking. An instrument unplayed falls out of tune. But even so, this duet was not unpleasant, little bat. Your kind rarely sing so sweet.
Little bat?
Come again, Lisa. I'll be waiting.
What was that? Come again, she said. Maybe I will. Let's see. Ha! A secret handle underneath the moss. Very clever. What's all this? And what's that smell? It's making me a bit lightheaded.
Who's there? Lisa?
Oh no.
How did you find this place?
It was an accident, I promise. I was exploring the island and I just saw you and... well, I was curious.
Well, I can hardly blame you. Now that you're here, I suppose I should welcome you to my little boutique.
Boutique? Just what is this anyway?
It's called hookah. Something a little different from the usual fare around here, Finally, somewhere to spend the evening that isn't that dreadful vodka bar or Arbon's place. No offense to her, but I tire of the same old company.
You run this place?
Naturally. Would you care to try some?
I'd better not. It seems a little too close to smoking for my comfort.
Suit yourself. At least make yourself comfortable.
The smell is intoxicating, but not unpleasant. The smell is intoxicating. Ooh, this feels incredibly comfortable. I fear if I sit on it, I might fall asleep.
Listen, the Countess doesn't know about this place, and I'd prefer to keep it that way. Do you understand?
Yes, of course. Your secret's safe with me.
Ah, thank you. I was worried I might have to kill you. Joking.
Yes, of course.
Mother has been particularly restrictive of my actions recently. I just wanted something to call my own. And the extra income doesn't hurt either.
Wait. Mother?
Yes? Oh, you didn't know. I mean the Countess. She sired me and took me in as her daughter.
Does that make Dr. Volkov my father?
I doubt it. My relationship with the Countess is somewhat unusual, as I...
So the Countess doesn't know that you're doing this?
Precisely. You see why this needs to stay underground, so to speak. But enough of me. How are you, Lizaveta? Enjoying your new eternity?
It's interesting, I suppose.
Oh? You must tell me your secrets. Or perhaps it's just that you're still young.
Well, I suppose it's... the power. So many things I couldn't do before.
Mm-hmm. You're an honest one, Lisa. I like that about you. But I wouldn't go saying that to just anyone. As entertaining a diversion as this was, I suppose I should attend to my duties. You should come again, though. It's difficult to find a decent conversation partner these days. The vampires are so stagnant, and the humans too fragile.
You mean...
Petya, yeah.
I'm sorry the ritual didn't work. Really.
Nothing to be done now. That's necromancy for you. Fickle and temperamental, but that's what I like about it. I hope it's a little less unpredictable for my next attempt, at least.
You're going to try to bring someone else back?
No, I've had enough of that. You could say I'm aiming for something a little more abstract.
Which is?
I want to see the sunrise.
You... what? But isn't that fatal?
Usually, yes. But that's where necromancy comes in. There should be some form of protection spell that will permit me to shield my body from the sun's rays. It's only in the theory stages for now, but I am making progress. Well, what do you think?
The possibilities are incredible. If you could do that for a surgery.
Your mind goes to the strangest places. I don't dislike it, though. If all goes smoothly, perhaps a collaboration would be in order. Enough, enough. I'll be here all night at this rate. Stay if you like, or don't. Good night. Hey, Lisa. Good night.
The fabric of the seats seems durable, but feels silky and so soft. Good job, Elisa. The sunrise, huh? Elisa certainly is ambitious. I'm a little curious whether she'll be able to pull it off, though. I suppose I'll just have to wait and see. Faina,
much better, dear. Come, sit with...
Sure. So peaceful here. Didn't realize how much I needed this.
You know, Lisa, I have sort of a ritual. Once a week, no matter what, I always do exactly the same thing. I go to the general store and buy a small cone of seed and a fresh chocolate pastry. Then I come to this very spot and feed the birds. When the cone is empty, I eat my favorite treat in the world, all by myself, and think of absolutely nothing else but how delicious it is.
And how does that feel?
Tremendous, little dove. Everyone deserves a little break every once in a while. The trick is to allow yourself to enjoy it. Deceptively hard for some of us, isn't it?
Whenever I do have an evening to myself, most often I just feel guilty, as if I don't deserve it. Thinking of all the things I could be doing instead, all the things I didn't do.
Easier to stay busy than to face your feelings sometimes. How are you feeling lately, little dove? You were quite startled when I first saw you. Are you getting used to your new home?
It is getting better, little by little. But if I'm honest, I don't know if I will ever feel home again.
I see. You know, I think I have something at home that just might help. Stop by my place when you have a moment, dear, all right?
Oh, Faina, you don't have to.
I do, little dove. Trust me. Ah, the seed is almost gone. That means...
Time for your alone time with the pastry.
That's right.
I should go. Thank you for the advice, Faina. Hope you enjoy your treat.
I always do. I hope you find yours soon, dear.
Arbin.
You're looking awfully chipper, lovely. Wait, don't tell me.
I think I've got it. Part of it, at least. The 3 clues combined to make a name. Antonina Arhipovna Kovac.
So that's our guide and shrine, is it? I can't say it rings a bell. And I dare say I know most people in this town by now. What was the next part again? Follow them to their final rest.
That wording's strange, don't you think?
Indeed. What exactly are we meant to be following?
Maybe if we start from final rest. That has to be death, obviously.
Oh!
What? What is it?
Of course. One's final rest is in a grave. If we find Antonina's grave at the graveyard...
We'll find the truth. Should we go straight away?
Not tonight. I've waited so long for this. I don't think I'm quite ready yet.
Do you want me there when you're ready?
You're the one who solved the riddle. You deserve to see it through. Of course, you don't have to come. My troubles aren't yours. Hello there. See you.
Excuse me.
Too bad I can't. I wonder. I should check.
Greetings, Lisa.
Dr. Volk. Well...
Hello, Lisa.
So, about that house call in the task list.
Oh, that's right. I'm doing one of my house calls for a regular patient, Nicolina. You see, she has hemochromatosis, which means...
Excess of iron in the blood, right?
Ha! Precisely. You keep pleasantly surprising me, Miss Morozova. The patient often experiences pain, fatigue, and other unpleasant issues. There isn't a known cure, I'm afraid, but there is something we can do to reduce the symptoms.
You want us to feed on her to lower her iron levels?
Indeed I do. I figured I can let you do the bleeding this time.
Is drinking blood from someone with hemochromatosis safe?
Why not? You can't be harmed by disease. If anything, it might be more filling because of the iron excess. It might taste a little funny, but as they say, there's no accounting for taste, right?
If you say so.
But enough dilly-dallying, we should get going. She can be a terribly grumpy patient if her pain isn't managed in time.
Lead on then, Doctor.
Good old Nicolina, always leaving her key in the same spot. After you.
How do I get inside? I haven't yet been invited.
Oh, right. Let me handle that. Nicolina, it's Dr. Volkov.
Ah, Doctor, you ought to let yourself in. My joints are aching worse than a boil on a donkey's arse.
You should know that I've brought my assistant today. May she come in?
She? Well, all right. Well, what use is she out there? Come on in.
Come then, Lisa. You've heard our patient. She shouldn't be kept any longer.
Much better. Lead on, Doctor.
Now, Nicolina, how are you feeling today?
What do you think, Doctor? Like shit, and that's why you're here, isn't it? And she's your assistant, eh? Tell me, girl, what does a woman know of medicine?
I see our patient takes some issue with my presence.
And she won't be the last. However, right now, above all else, she needs our help. Consider your oath as a doctor.
You're right. Fine. I'll keep going.
Hey, what's taking so long? If this is so hard, I don't know how you'll handle the rest of it.
After my initial studies at the academy, I've been training under Dr. Volkov. So, if you trust and respect his judgment, then you'll do the same for me.
Oh, fancy broad, aren't you?
She's a bright one, Nicolina. Given more time and opportunity, she could put most of my colleagues to shame.
If you say so.
Now then, let's not delay the treatment any longer. I'm going to let Lisa here take the lead. Lisa, come take the leeches. All right, this is pretty simple. Just enchant her and pretend to apply some leeches to her neck. Then, drink your fill of blood. Just remember, not to take too much.
Of course, Doctor.
Hurry up, will you? I ain't got all day.
Good work, Lisa. That's enough. She should be feeling a little brighter now when she comes round. Tell me, how did you feel during that? You responded to me well enough.
I just wanted to assist the patient. She was in pain, and I was here to help.
A commendable attitude, if maybe not the most practical at times. Listen, Lisa, I suppose it's about time I share with you the full extent of my research. You see, when a vampire overindulges on blood, it imbues us with a feeling of power. The power the likes of which can't be achieved in any other way. But it does come with a cost. Each time, the bloodlust grows until
one goes feral.
Precisely. It turns our kind into exactly the kind of monsters that human tales make us out to be. Vampires like this live in squalor and care only for their next feed. It was a creature like this that killed my wife and stole my life from me.
Can something even be done about this?
I believe so, yes. In theory, it may be possible to separate the addictive element from the blood, leaving it simply as the source of nourishment. Unfortunately, research like this takes the kind of time and resource that I simply didn't have. That is until Countess Orlova presented me with an offer.
It sounds like a terrible existence.
Indeed. I've sought a way to put an end to this, to stop us living such a parasitic lifestyle.
The Countess made a deal with you? Why do I feel like there's a catch?
That's because there is one. As you can imagine, she has no real interest in remedying the bloodlust.
So why would she approach you in the first place?
Well, in separating the addictive elements, I should also be able to distill the parts that give us power. That means she can create a consumable that temporarily boosts one's strength and abilities without any side effects. In return, I was allowed to continue my work and provided with everything I need. Funding to purchase lab equipment, as well as other expenses, and, well, an apprentice.
So, that's why she allowed you to turn me. The reason why I'm here.
In a sense, yes.
I don't quite know how to feel about all this. That's a lot to take in.
I understand. All I wanted you to know right now is that I trust you, and it would be an honor if you chose to help me fulfill my vision.
Thank you for believing in me, Doctor. I'll certainly consider it.
Ah, that looks like all the time we have for now. You should get going. I'll stay here and make sure Nicolina is feeling better.
Could you just give me one more moment with her while she's enchanted? She could use a whisper to improve her manners, don't you think?
Lisa, I have to put my foot down here. Feeding is bad enough, but hypnotizing a patient, it's beyond the pale.
I suppose you're right. I'll see you at home. Ah, nothing quite like feeling the breeze on your skin in an open field.
Lisa, I was just thinking about you.
Evening, Faina. You said I should stop by earlier?
Yes, yes, of course. Just give me one moment. There. This is now yours.
Oh, it's so intricate and beautiful. I'm afraid I don't know what it is, though. Sorry.
Sweetheart, there is no shame in that. We live and we learn, and then forget and learn again. This is a Hamsa amulet that was passed to me long ago by a dear friend when I had to leave our home. None of us wished for things to happen that way, but he couldn't go, and I couldn't stay. He knew how hard it would be for me to part with my old life, and how many challenges were still ahead. So he gave me this to protect me. And everywhere I went since, I took it with me, and every new place felt like home. Now I want you to have it.
This amulet seems really important to you. Are you sure you'd like me to have it?
This Hamsa was given to me to help me remember that my home is always with me. My journey here was long and windy, but in my heart, I know I'm where I always wanted to be. Your path is just beginning, little dove, so you'll make much more use of it now. And when someone needs it more than you do, sooner or later, I hope you pass it on to them.
I don't know how to thank you, Faina. I'll do my best to use it well.
No need, sweetheart. I know you will, and I hope it serves you well. I've lived long enough to know that there are some things you can't change, no matter how hard you try. But I also learned that there are always some things that you can.
Both of those things aren't that easy to deal with, are they?
It's simple, really. Just remember to be kind and useful, and all the rest will come. I think I'm getting a bit tired, little dove. I'll go lie down if you don't mind.
Please do. Have a good night.
Help yourself to a cup of tea if you'd like. I made too much again. Silly me.
I can't believe how good it is, even as a vampire. Without a doubt, one of the best things I've ever tasted. What should I...
What can I get you? See you.
Lisa, we meet again.
I didn't expect to see you here.
I'm here on business, I'm afraid. No time to enjoy the collection.
Much of a reader? A poet, perhaps?
Never used to be, but things change. It's a good way to pass the time, elevate your mind, all that. Preferred the theater way back when. but there's not much opportunity for it these days. Especially not with Elisa keeping me on my toes. Speaking of, I don't suppose you've seen her, have you?
Can't say I have.
Ugh, where the hell'd she go? This town's not that big.
Are you her babysitter?
Essentially, she keeps disappearing, and the Countess isn't pleased that her daughter is so often away from the manor.
You lost her?
More like she sneaks away from the manor without permission. Which she's been doing more and more, hence the Countess sending me after that daughter of hers. Finding a young lady who doesn't want to be found is difficult enough without her turning invisible. What I really need to find out is where she has been hiding.
I'll keep an eye out. No promises.
Appreciate it. Finding her hiding spot will certainly save me from a few of the endless headaches she causes.
Anything particular you're looking for?
What should I pick up for Anastasia? Don't know why exactly, but she strikes me as one with a sweet tooth. I wonder if as a vampire I might have smelled sugar on her skin. Either way, I think she'll enjoy this. The lights are on. Someone must be at home.
You know this used to be my dress, right?
Really? No, I had no idea.
Uh-huh. Brought it to me from France after a big fight. She always preferred bribes to apologies. Well, I am done with it anyway. Never thought it was a good fit.
It's about the Hussar.
About how he won't give me a moment's peace? Trust me, I know.
He knows you're up to something, or rather, the Countess does.
Ugh. Can't he just look the other way? Seriously, would it kill him to look the other way?
I'm not sure he can he? I mean, I don't know a lot about your family's magical contracts, but I assume refusing an order is bad news.
I wouldn't know anything about that nonsense. I make it a habit to distance myself as far as possible from the dealings of my family.
Your father contracted the Hussar to a life, an eternity of serving your family. How can you possibly not care?
It's not that I am completely heartless about my parents' dealings, the few that are even shared with me. But I learned a long time ago that I have to look out for myself, too.
Well, perhaps this is a perfect opportunity to do both. Releasing the Hussar puts an end to his snooping, keeping your establishment safe from the Countess.
Well, when you put it that way, it certainly makes it all a bit more interesting. Let me think. You said serve my family, right? Maybe I can make a counter order.
Does it work like that?
Depends on how it was worded. Really, it'd be better just to break it, but... Contract magic is an art in and of itself. And Father was a maestro.
But there is a chance it could be broken.
You'd have to figure out the original wording first. If you do, and if you figure out a loophole, let me know.
I will. Thanks, Elisa.
Don't thank me yet. Really, it's not going to be easy. You'll have to excuse me. Arben makes this look so simple.
I'd better report back to the Hussar.
Hey there. What's new? See you around.
Hi, Lisa. How is young life?
So, I managed to speak with Elisa.
How'd it go?
She started an underground bar for... I believe it's called hookah?
Huh. Didn't see that coming. I don't blame her for trying to strike out on her own, really.
Are you going to keep stalking her?
Don't have much choice.
Actually, I was talking to Elisa about that.
About what?
Your contract with the Count. If we can figure out how to break it, she might be able to help, since she's part of the Count's family.
She said that?
She clearly has little love for these kinds of dealings, and there is some benefit to her if you're no longer on her tail.
That's Elisa, through and through. It's a nice thought, but...
Don't you think it's worth trying?
Yeah. Not getting my hopes up, though. It's not like it was a complicated contract. I was dying, didn't have much time to negotiate. But in it, he said had to be... what was it? Something about lions.
Hello, Lisa.
Dr. Volkov?
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if it's a good time to hear the rest of your story.
I suppose it's as good a time as any.
So, what happened after you turned?
I didn't know back then what I'd become. There was no one to explain it to me, so I had to find it out on my own. Thank goodness my infant daughter, Sophia, was with her grandparents that night and avoided our fate, so I tried to go back to life as usual, albeit without my wife. I was naive enough in the early years to believe that I could live a normal life with my daughter. I hired a wet nurse, locked myself in my room for research during the day, and continued to see patients at night. And for the first decade or so, everything seemed to go according to plan. I learned what I was by trial and error, and allowed myself to feed on the humans that entrusted me with their care. Bleeding a patient is a lot easier when you have fangs.
And after that, what happened?
Time happened, dear. She aged, and I didn't. By the time Sophia was 16, it was starting to become quite obvious that I hadn't aged a day. I laughed it off when people mentioned it, but deep down, I knew I wouldn't be able to do it forever. And then they came.
You mean the Countess?
If it wasn't for her, it would have been someone else, but yes. Higher society. They finally found out about my condition and came to collect my debts. Knowing what I do now, honestly, I'm surprised it took them so long to find me. They spared my life in exchange for my continued research for vampire kind. As for Sophia, I had to abandon her for her own protection. You know the family rules by now. They wouldn't keep her alive if she knew their secrets. And so, I disappeared. Made it look like I was lost to the wilderness.
That must have been dreadful.
To sever the bond of father and daughter. To cause the person you love more than life itself such pain. It nearly killed me.
So, you never saw her again?
If you don't mind, I should get back to my work. We can talk again some other time.
I understand. Thank you for sharing all this with me. Till next time.
Mm-hmm. Good night, Lisa. Hello, Lisa.
Good girl, Marta. Could you take me to the mansion, please?
Of course. Just take a seat.
I'd rather not walk through the woods on foot. I'd rather not walk through the woods on foot. It's too dark. I can't quite make out what's inside the shed. Trophim's not home. I do have that open invitation from him, though. I could go in if I wanted. That wouldn't be right. I should just wait for him instead. Before I go, I'd like to check in on Trophim. I think I hear his footsteps.
My lady.
Good evening, Trophim.
What are you doing here?
Oh, just came by to take you up on your offer. Wanted to see your cabin.
I didn't actually think you would come. I hope you haven't been waiting long.
Not too long.
Well then, please come in. I'll light the stove and take this chill off.
That's not something I can escape, sadly, but don't let that stop you.
Oh, of course. How foolish of me. Anyway, please, come this way. Welcome to my little slice of, well, welcome to my home.
Oh my, Trophim. It's lovely and quaint.
You don't need to pretty up your words. I know exactly what I live in. Can I get you something?
Do you have anything that I might like?
Only vodka? And even then, it's not good stuff. Normally, I don't have much left to share with guests. But lately, I haven't wanted to drink as much. Perhaps your presence is comfort enough. Would you like some?
I think just your company will do for now.
Please, take a seat. It's good to see you again. I didn't really expect you to take me up on my offer to visit.
I like our chats, Trophim. You're good company.
That's... You're too kind. I know this place isn't much, but it's more than my family or I ever had growing up. In fact, I was raised in a shack half this size, with over a dozen brothers and sisters. We had to work the estate fields, even at a young age, come rain or snow. Luckily, my father saw I was good at fishing, so that's where I made my keep.
Your childhood doesn't sound like an easy one.
It was simply the life of a serf. Even now, when serfdom is no more, I sometimes wonder if anything has really even changed. Still, if my parents could see this cabin, they'd never believe I live here, and on my own no less.
They'd be proud?
Maybe. But they'd also think I should consider myself lucky as is. And maybe I should, but I feel like I should be getting some reward for my troubles, no? Though, I was meant to get a much bigger reward than this.
You mean for the Countess to turn you?
Aye. When I discovered what the Countess really was, I was scared, of course. But soon I realized that I wanted nothing more than to become one of you. I saw it as a way out of my old life, a way to finally not serve anyone but me.
Have you ever told the Countess about this desire?
Many years ago, I gathered all my courage and approached her. She seemed to respect my candor. Not only that, she told me that if I served her well, she would one day grant me my wish. She gave me her word. But the years turned to decades, and I'm still here, with most of my life now behind.
What about other vampires? Have you considered asking anyone else?
No one would consider risking their hides. To go against the mistress's will, and for what? I've got nothing to offer in return. Hey, I've turned the evening sour, haven't I? Talking so much about my silly problems, never know when to shut up. Please, leave me to my dark mood. You're far too fair to suffer through this. But I hope we will talk again. Maybe next time I'll be better company.
As you wish, Trophim. A different kind of trophy. Why does he leave bottles lying around? Is he planning on using them for something? Or does he just not care anymore? A different kind. Why? Or does he? This seems to be the only stuff in here that Trophim looks after. The fishing line is freshly waxed, and the rod seems to be in good order. Some of Trophim's catches, I imagine. They must be fresh since they still smell of lake water. Looks like he's also drying some herbs alongside them. Perhaps he knows a little more about cooking than I'd have given him credit for. Take care, please. How in the world are you doing this? Sometimes I think you can fly too. Oh, just listen to that purr. Locked.
How are you doing this? Another happy customer.
Oh!
What should I work on today? What should I work? Cleaning the beakers. Not the most glamorous job, but one that certainly needs doing. There. Much better.
How are you doing this? Hello, young lady. Good choice.
Too bad I can't. I wonder. Strange. The lights are on, so someone must be home. Is that smoke I smell? Anastasia? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. The door is open. Please let yourself in. Go down, you son of a bitch! There. That's better. Sorry about that. Welcome to my humble abode.
Goodness, are you all right? What happened here?
Don't worry about it. Just a little mishap in the kitchen. I only left the room for a moment, but evidently it was still too long. Sadly, I'm afraid that means that dinner quite literally went up in flames.
So you're saying food's off the table then?
Well, I see what you did there. Thanks for trying to cheer me up, dear. So sorry about all this. May I at least offer you some tea?
That sounds perfect.
Wonderful. Let me quickly clean up and put the samovar on.
Thank you again for inviting me over, Anastasia. I actually got you a little something to repay your hospitality.
Did you now? Oh, Lisa, you really shouldn't have. Especially now that I can't even offer a proper meal in return.
Perhaps this will do the trick then.
Lisa, these chocolates are my absolute favourite. How did you know?
I guess I just have a sense for these kinds of things. Apparently.
You most certainly do. So, now that you're finally here, I have to ask, what do you think about this place? When it's not on fire, that is.
The house is gorgeous, of course, but I have to say I'm simply in love with your garden. The stony path, the cozy bench. Just standing there under the moonlight among the flowers feels so serene.
Yes, it sure is. Hold on a moment.
Damn it. I forgot her memory of my last visit was wiped away.
When did you have a chance to see the garden? Have you been here before?
If I enchant her, her memories will be erased again. Seems like that's the only way out of this blunder. Sorry, Anastasia. And the light will await you and me, away Well, that was embarrassing. If I want to see her again, I should probably come visit her in a different location, just to be safe.
Her eyes, her smile, her legs, her breasts. No, this is all wrong. Rubbish, utter and complete rubbish. It's this blasted journal. The pages are so ridiculously thin. How can I concentrate on poetry when I constantly have to worry about tearing the damn paper? Are you all right? I swear to God I didn't mean that.
I know. Don't worry. Happens to the best of us. So, what did the poor book do to you to deserve such a battery?
It's just the pages in it, dreadfully unfit for writing, and... It's not about the book, really.
I sort of figured that. What happened?
Remember I mentioned my writer's block? I may have understated how long it's lasted.
How long has it really been?
I haven't admitted this to many people, but I imagine it might feel good to get it off my chest. It's been over a year since I wrote anything half decent.
That's not insignificant.
Indeed. I'm broke, and I have no idea when I'll manage to write anything worth a coin.
What about your previous book? Surely it brought in some good money.
It's true, my debut was a success. However, I thought writing a new poetry collection or a novel would just be a matter of a few months. I was wrong. And in retrospect, I admit I wasn't frugal enough with my money.
Drinking?
Among other things.
There must be something we can do about all this.
Remember that journal I lost to Kirill? I must win it back before he sells it.
Win it?
That's the only way I see. Somebody told me he even already has a buyer and has a meeting lined up in a week. I need to act fast. I'd simply buy it back, but Kirill's asking price is astronomical. I know he's doing it on purpose to get back at me. He never liked me.
What's so important about that journal anyway?
Well, there was this poem that started to take shape in my mind, and I had a feeling... You know, that feeling when you know that something you're writing might be incredible.
Not with writing per se, but it's probably not unlike the satisfaction I get when someone I've been treating feels better. It makes me glow inside when you see the relief on their faces.
That is exactly what I mean. Point is, I think it might be something that would get me back on track. I was too drunk to remember it, and now it's gone. I must win it back.
That makes sense, but is there any other reason why it means so much to you?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Could it be that you've written there about Xenia?
What? How do you know about her?
I have my ways.
Do you now?
In any case, I'm not the only one with secrets here. Tell me, what's going on between the two of you?
That's the thing. There's nothing to tell. Yes, she loved the fallow field and sent me. It was so well written, effortless, funny. I couldn't help but write back, and we started a sort of correspondence.
Have you seen her?
Only on a picture card she sent me. I'd never meet her without Anastasia knowing. And we haven't even discussed anything remotely romantic, I swear. But when I write her, I feel this connection. Something I haven't felt since I started my old book. Inspiration, excitement, dare I say, happiness? Worst of all, I might have left her picture inside the cover.
Oh no.
My thoughts exactly.
All right, let me look into this a little more. I'll let you know what I find out, and we'll figure out how to get your journal back.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. That would mean the world. How can I be of service?
What should I impress on her? You will keep working on your music, no matter what.
Wonderful to see you again, Miss Morozova.
You too, Roman, though I'm surprised you remember my name.
Do you think yourself so easily forgotten? Or I so forgetful?
Certainly not. It's just that you must see so many faces pass through here, far more interesting than my own.
I would be so lucky to see a face such as yours once in a lifetime. Besides, you overestimate our little town's hunger for books.
Well, the townsfolk don't know what they're missing.
And what of your appetite?
Pardon?
Have you devoured the book I gave you?
Oh, of course. Yes, I have finished it.
Superb. I am beyond thrilled. What did you make of it?
It was simply amazing, exhilarating. Never have I read of such a powerful woman.
I feared I'd scared you away with this tale of supernatural beasts and unspeakable acts, but it seems you found a kindred spirit.
Oh, on the contrary, I find such monstrous imagery serves to cast a mirror on our own humanity.
What insight! It sits beside the monk as my favourite doomed romance.
Perhaps horror and romance are two sides of the same coin.
At least in the hands of poets.
Dark eyes, how I love you, how I fear you.
A fitting song, and one of my favourites. I do so appreciate you taking the time to share your thoughts with me. It's such a welcome change to share conversation with a curious and intelligent mind.
Likewise. And if I ever tire of daily life in this town, at least I won't be short of tales in your bookshop.
The town? It may have more to offer than the surface would suggest.
I've yet to see its charms, but I'll take your word for it.
Hush the cynic within yourself and you may be surprised. You know, I would be honoured to provide a tour and share some local folklore.
What a kind offer. Thank you, Roman. Though, I fear my days are somewhat packed.
How about your evenings?
I may be able to manage. A tour does sound like an ideal way to better learn about the town.
Splendid! Then consider me your chaperone. I'll be ready when you are. Always a pleasure.